The Galaxy S26 Ultra just made an unexpected appearance through official Samsung marketing material, and it instantly changes the conversation. Alongside that, we finally have a clearer picture of what Samsung has actually upgraded this year, so let's break it all down properly. This is the S26 Ultra, straight from Samsung itself, leaked by Evan Blass, and the first impression is hard to ignore. One image in particular completely reframes how this phone comes across. That shot really does the design justice. Design's always subjective, but this feels like one of those cases where the visual impact speaks for itself. The new camera module immediately stands out, and if it feels familiar, that's because we've seen a similar direction on the Z Fold 7. It worked there, and it arguably works even better here. That violet finish also looks far more refined than expected, which honestly caught me off guard in a good way. Before seeing this, I was pretty split on the overall look. On paper, I wasn't fully convinced, but seeing it rendered like this, that hesitation disappears. The proportions, the finish, the way the cameras sit, it all comes together cleanly. And importantly, this isn't a one-off image either. Additional official renders of the entire S26 lineup have surfaced, giving us a broader view, especially the front design, and they reveal some key details worth paying attention to. First thing that jumps out is the frame color. It now matches the phone itself, which gives the device a more cohesive look. Interestingly, the S Pen doesn't follow that theme. It remains black or dark gray. There's also a subtle but important change to the clicker end of the S Pen, which now adopts a more angular shape. That matches the phone's corners, and it's not just aesthetic, it reflects a functional change. The S Pen now sits directly in the corner of the phone. That redesign means there's only one correct way to insert it, removing any ambiguity. Next up, the edges. Unlike the S25 Ultra, the S26 Ultra clearly shifts to softer edges. This should make a real difference in everyday use, especially in hand comfort, which has been a common complaint with sharper designs in previous generations. Another noticeable change is how much the camera module protrudes. The reason isn't random. The phone itself is around 0.3 millimeters thinner, while the cameras now use larger apertures. That combination naturally increases the camera bump. To make it look intentional instead of awkward, Samsung went with a stepped camera design, similar to what they did on the S25 Edge, and it visually balances things out. On the front, there's also a subtle change to the selfie camera. The punch hole is slightly larger this time, and that's because it now supports wider selfies than before. It's a small tweak, but one that actually affects how you use the phone. Then there's the bezels. They appear just a bit thicker than on the S25 Ultra. It's not obvious, but if you're really paying attention, you'll notice it. Color options are also shaping up. Beyond this violet, the S26 Ultra will come in blue and white. The white version has already been seen inside a case, but the blue model remains the only one we haven't gotten a clear look at yet. That mystery alone has people speculating. But there's more practical hardware discussion happening as well, especially around features people thought might disappear. One of the biggest questions has been reverse wireless charging. With the addition of internal magnets for accessories, many assumed it might be gone. That concern grew after Google claimed the Pixel 10 Pro couldn't support reverse wireless charging because of technical limitations. But according to Android headlines, the same source behind these official images, the S26 Ultra does support reverse wireless charging, which raises some eyebrows. The Pixel 10 Pro launched only months ago, not years. If Samsung can make it work here, then clearly the technology exists. That explanation suddenly feels a bit shaky. Another feature people keep asking about is Bluetooth on the S Pen. Is it finally coming back? At this point, there's nothing suggesting that it is. No leaks, no hints, no supporting evidence at all. In fact, if anything, expectations should stay low. Samsung already downgraded the S Pen on the Tab S11 Ultra, so a Bluetooth comeback here seems unlikely. What about the frame material? Will Samsung stick with titanium or move back to aluminum? Right now, there's no reliable information confirming either direction, so that's still very much an open question. Now for some genuinely good news. According to Ice Universe, Video quality from the 5x periscope zoom camera has been significantly improved. This likely ties directly to the larger aperture on that lens. Larger apertures allow more light, which leads to less noise, better colors in low light, and improved background separation during video recording. The main camera should benefit too, since it's also getting a larger aperture. Finally, we have confirmation on RAM and storage options across the entire S26 lineup. The big change is that the base Galaxy S26 now starts at 256 gigabytes of storage. Despite that upgrade, pricing in the US and Europe is expected to remain unchanged, though some familiar pre-order perks may not return this time. Free double storage offers, for example, might not be part of the launch this time. Still, there's clearly a lot happening with the S26 Ultra, and more details are continuing to surface. If you want to stay fully up to date on everything new with the S26 Ultra, click right here, and I'll see you there.